Hello, hello, hello! Welcome, wild man. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so I'm on a new setup, which is kind of why I accidentally... Oh, it shows that. Oh, okay, so it shows me. Oh, okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted by what my chat looks like, because it looks different. It's nothing fancy, but hey, I'm not the best with tech, and I'm kind of, like, worried out of my mind. I keep checking, I'm like, how you doing? How you doing, my computer? And it's like, I'm doing okay, and I'm like, good. I keep freaking out about it though, but there might be some hiccups because new system, who dis? So yeah, this week shall be interesting, but it looks like I got everything set up besides me accidentally starting stream too early, which is why I'm gonna chat for a couple of minutes until we actually get to 2 o'clock Pacific time, which is my time. And I'm gonna be looking at to see if I got everything good, which, oh gosh. Speaking of, I totally forgot to post my stuff. I can post things now. My little warning. Well, adding. I did try to do my Twitch, but it wouldn't let me link my Twitch. So I'm like, I'm on Twitch, but you're gonna have to look at me up the old-fashioned way because my thing's being stupid and I don't know how to do it proper. Well, I'm being stupid, more likely. I don't know. Maybe it's being stupid. Maybe it's me. I legitimately don't know. I've never linked a Twitch stream, I think, before. I know someone who has. I need to go ask them. But yeah. Let's see, for all the early birds, and oh gosh, I should apologize for all the lead up that, oh my gosh, the lead up to this on YouTube is gonna be terrible. Oh no. I'm just thinking about it, I'm like, I should see if I have a quick little thing on the very top, just like, stream actually starts, like, I start actually talking at this time. People will probably be happy with me if I do that. But yeah, it looks like we're doing okay. We shouldn't have any more than, like, the regular amount of hiccups for just doing streaming stuff. Speaking of, maybe I should also check me. Okay, yeah, looks fine. Where is this up? Yeah, okay, we're good on that end too. All right, cool. Just poking on the back. I'm like, wait, it's not messing up. Me connecting to my game console, is it? Okay, no, we're good. Again, please bear with me. I not only have a new computer, but I'm also using a new system to dual stream. Does dual stream work? I don't know. Does it? But anyway, so we'll see how that goes. So my almost 100 friggin' subscribers on YouTube is me also streaming on Twitch, apparently. I'm sorry. But not so sorry, but because now it's the top of the hour, so let's actually get back to the game. So quick recap. We have just gone through the first trial segment, because we're midway through for anyone who, I don't know, happens to be watching on Twitch. I don't know how that's gonna be. I think I can save the file video afterward, but we'll see. So yeah, if you want to watch, if you're a Twitch viewer and you're like, where's the rest of it? Why is this like stream 32? I'm like, it's on YouTube. You're gonna have to go on YouTube. But yeah, we're in the middle of episode 8 of The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We just finished the first trial section of episode 8. Now we're on the second part of investigating. We just talked to Gina and we're going to be able to go up on to where the incident actually occurred. And if I remember correctly, we're going to talk to Van Zeeks. Van Zeeks is going to show up and it's like, oh my gosh, the Reaper appeared out of court again. Because that's this episode. Because it really is. This episode is when we first saw Zeeks out of court. Also, I'm going to preemptively. My cute, adorable little Misi, you need to get out of the way because you get blocked the chat box. Okay, let's switch to the game. Actually, no. Ta-da! This is just how it's gonna look. I don't have anything set up on Twitch yet, really, besides like the bare basics of just, hey, video. So bear with me. Nothing should pop up. I don't think I have OBS, so it should pop anything up. It might. I don't know. I might turn that off. I don't like the pop-ups personally. I'm a weirdo, but Twitch likes that. I don't know how that's gonna work. We'll see. Any case, so here's Gina. We're gonna go up. Because yeah, if I say converse, it has all of her little check marks. So, we need to go up to... I don't know if we use this. Do we just... Okay, no. Okay, we do it... I believe we click on this, and they'll go up. Let me see. Those stairs lead up to the experimentation stage. Let's go and see what we can find out. Okay, yeah, I did switch them over. Cool. Also, yes, I'm gonna be doing voices for anyone new. Ooh. 23rd October, the Great Exhibition Grounds, experimentation stage. Yep, it's still a mess up here. Hello. Oh, right, this is Susato's first time. Because that's so she's like, oh. She just got back. Oh my, so this is the machine. Yep, it's in rough shape. That was used to deceive people into thinking instantaneous kinesis had taken place. Yes, that's right. Or rather, it was the machine. It's a little worse for wear at the moment. What extraordinary lengths Professor Harebrine went to in order to obtain the research grant. Oh no, the professor was strict as well. He didn't know anything about it. Yes, of course. It's amazing though, isn't it? The scale of the whole affair is so very British. Really? You're right about that. You'd never see such a grand deception in Japan, that's for sure. Wouldn't you? Oh look, is that... Van Zeeks! He looks so tiny next to this thing. He's a tall man. How big is this? I forget how big some of the things are. Whenever you don't have characters nearby, it's like, oh, this is bigger than I thought it was. Lord Van Zeets. I think he's ignoring you. I think he's ignoring both of you. So, I think we're more or less done here, aren't we? Shall we, Miss Susato? Already? He is the Reaper, remember? We'd do well to keep our distance, I think. But we have permission to be here. From the top. We're perfectly well allowed to investigate this machine. As long as we don't touch anything. From the top? Do you mean Lord Strongheart? Exactly. So we can stay here and stare at this wreckage for as long as we like. She could have been at the center of the explosion here, and it wouldn't have bent her steel will. The music kicked back in. Shall we go bug Van Zeeks again? Hi! I do see you there! Oh, the music cut out again. Ryanosuke is so intimidated. Least approachable man in the world, winner. 10 years in a row. 10 years? Okay, the 10 years is catching me off guard. 10 years. We're just going a whole 10 years. Okay. We'll just, the whole, it's not least approachable man award right here. It's just 10 years in a row. Do they even have stuff like that? I mean, I'm pretty sure some things have awards for, like, being the worst at things. I wonder if that's an actual thing, come to think of it. In some capacity, at least. Nah. Be strong, Mr. Naruhodo. Your country and your assistants stand firm behind you. Lord Van Zeeks. Aye. Oh, you actually are gonna acknowledge Ryanosuke. What? Well, beautiful weather we're having, isn't it? Van Zeeks is like, really? thought I was making it quite clear that I didn't want to be disturbed. Apparently, you Nipponese are unequipped to read the signs. I like how it's a beautiful blue day, and then Van Zeke's theme starts playing, and it sounds so ominous and dark, but it's just like, there's a Ferris wheel in the background. There's blue sky. It doesn't fit. Van Zeke's being on screen fits, though. I mean, it's his theme. But I'm still gonna laugh. Oh, I read them. I know exactly what face he was making. So, what are you doing here? Entry to this area is prohibited. Ah, well, the thing is, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart granted us permission to investigate, on the condition that we don't disturb anything. And yet you've managed to disturb me. I can't get my face. I'm gonna have to read that over again. It really is Bug Van Zeke's hours all over again. I love it. I like pesting Van Zeeks. He's such a jerk most of the time. It's nice to get back at him in some small measure. Anyway, let's see if I can actually read this line with a straight face or not. And yet you've managed to disturb me. Ah! Never mind. State your business then. Come to think of it, there are quite a few things I'd like to ask Lord Van Zeeks about. Not least of which is that awful case, even though it's got nothing to do with this. Why'd your brother die? Yeah, great question, Ryunosuke. That's what he's probably alluding to, the events of 10 years ago. Ask away, Mr. Naruhodo. You won't know unless you try. I don't think he's... I don't think Van Zeeks looks forward to much. You know, I legitimately don't remember if Van Zeeks has a smiling animation or portrait, for lack of better terminology, or not. Okay, your brother Clint. So, Clint. Oh right, he doesn't know that Ryunosuke knows. Was the name of your older brother, I understand, Lord Van Zeeks. You Nipponese. Always have to be on guard whenever you're around. So, you've been investigating me, have you? Oh, no, it's not like that. But alright, it is a bit like that. Ryunosuke's making a giggle. My older brother was also a prosecutor. He was the pride of the Van Zeeks family. But tragically, a vicious killer took him from us. The professor, you mean? Lots of quiet pauses. How do I laugh as Van Zeeks? I don't know. Is something funny? The extent of what you discovered, is it? You shouldn't be surprised. Sorry, there's more to it then? Lackluster work. Very much your trademark, isn't it? You're too kind. Who's going to tar all all Nipponese the same brush next? Ryunosuke is not impressed, Van Zeeks. So tell me, what's your interest in that historic incident? As it happens, Lord Van Zeeks, there's a rather curious case that's come to our attention. He has no idea. He's just, what? Question mark. Are you aware of the Madame Truspel's Museum of Waxwork by any chance? I am, naturally. I believe that since last month, I feature in one of the displays there. For public scorn. course the infamous Reaper of the Bailey would have to be exhibited, wouldn't he? Well, a particular waxwork has been stolen from the place and held for ransom. Particular waxwork? Which? Wait. You mean... Yes, it's the professor. Mr. Shlums is investigating the case as we speak. He didn't like that news. I was unaware of that. He's turned white as a sheet. Yep, he really didn't like that. Okay, Enoch Deber. Dreber. Enoch Dreber. I've been saying Deber. There's an R in there. Oops. That's going to annoy somebody. Are the police trying to locate the engineer, Mr. Dreber, already? Surely that goes without saying. Very keen to see him found as well. The trouble is, we don't have much to go on aside from the description of the man we heard in court. Okay, try again. The trouble is, we don't have much to go on aside from the description of the man we heard in court earlier. Which, according to the Professor Hairbrain, was of a tall, thin gentleman who has straight white hair and wears a black monocle. So, I was just wondering, I mean, I realize it's probably not possible, but, we very much appreciate any more clues you can give us. Well, Susato-san really knows how to take the bull by the horns. More than you, Ryanosuke. This is why I'm so happy to have her back. She is not afraid of much. Even though she didn't like the waxworks either. Fine. Why not? Photograph of the man here from an investigation 10 years ago. Dude! As in there, I'm looking at a guy. Not dude, as in, whoa, his appearance. I already knew what he looked like. Second time playing and all that. Oh, it appears he already had that black monocle at the time. Man looks really nervous. That's understandable. What? Oh, no, nothing. I was just surprised that you shared that with us. We all need the man's testimony in court tomorrow. Which means we have to do everything we possibly can to track him down in the short time available. So why wouldn't I show you the photograph? That's an intense look. What is it about Lord Van Zieks? Sometimes I just can't work him out at all. He is capable of being nice. Yay! We got the photograph. No point in looking at that right away. Oh, that was it. Okay. Oh, hello, Mr. Assistant. Ah, the file I requested for the trial tomorrow. Thank you. Oh, Susato! Are you having the same feeling as Ryanosuke upon seeing the assistant man who has no name at the moment? And is wearing a mask very suspiciously? Are you alright? Who is this man, Mr. Naruhodo? Lord Van Zieks' apprentice, apparently. So I'm not the only one. Soto-san can see it too. Her eyes are wide. No, they're not. Lord Van Zieks, may we speak with your assistant for a moment? With him? Why? No comment as per usual. He's been told not to speak. Nod. and disappear. Kazuma-sama! Oh, it made him stop. Kazuma? I don't believe it. Your posture, your presence, it can only be. It's you, isn't it? Kazuma-sama! Felt something strange the very first time I encountered this cloaked figure. As if I knew him somehow. Can it really be you, Kazuma? Oh, he just left. Wait! Too late. Benzix has no idea what's going on. You have no idea what's going on. I'm just gonna laugh every time Benzix is confused. He's been confused quite a bit this stream. What's going on here? Oh, we get to talk to him more. Instead of us wanting to talk to him, Benzix is like, nope, you're not leaving, you're talking to me. What was that about? Okay, your apprentice. What is your interest in my apprentice exactly? He looks like the dead friend of Naruto and Susato, who may not be so dead as they are thinking. Maybe. You act as if you know the man or something. But, since when has he been in your care? I don't recall you having an apprentice before I left Britain 6 months ago. Lord Strongheart introduced him to me about 3 months ago now, with instructions to mentor him as a prosecutor. But he didn't tell you why, did he? That's fairly correct. Benzix is quiet. The man appears to be suffering from amnesia. He's forgotten every last detail about himself. Well, that's unfortunate. He has amnesia. Tomorrow, he will appear in court at my side. What? He's to serve as my judicial assistant on Lord Strongheart's orders. He'll be in court with us. Isn't that a good thing? You think he's Kazuma? I hope it's Kazuma. I would like a Soki back. Now then, unless I'm much mistaken, I believe this conversation has run its course. Oh, yes, thank you. Definitely saw a reaction there. When Susato-san called out like that, it really seemed to hit a nerve. I think Kazuma's known Susato longer? Question mark? I'm not sure how long they've known each other. By the sound of it, it sounds like Susato's known Kazuma just like a little bit longer. Like at most like a couple of years. Cause the Bikotabas and the Osogis sound like family friends. So yeah, but Ryunosuke met Kazuma later. I don't know when. It does not tell you. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that Susato has more sway if it is an amnesiac Kazuma. She's crying. No. Come on, Susato, cheer up. Now you know why Ryunosuke was asking about him last stream, being like, I think he might be alive. And she's like, no, don't do this to me. And I'm like, now Ryunosuke's like, do you see what I mean? Okay. Oh, no. We don't get to talk. Okay, he's still here. We did have an end conversation. Oh, wait. I should check to make sure I'm not blocking anything. I'm going to disappear for a second. Okay. No, I'm not blocking anything important. Is chat blocking anything important? I don't think so. I mean, we can ask about the Ferris wheel, but I think it doesn't look like there's anything. Oh, gotta check sometimes when it's more busy. I don't want to miss something. Yeah. I think I got hair on my nose. Like, actually on my nose. That's annoying. Stop it. Okay, I'm good. Oh, I can look up. How do I do that again? Right, keypad. This. Like this. Alright. Big thing. There's no balloons. Oh, there's 3 zigzag balloons again. It looks like Mr. Lune's balloons are up in the air. Do they have a comment on it? However much I look at them, I just can't come to terms with those Tamari handballs floating in the air. Sky. Oops. You've been glaring at them consistently since we've come up here. Sorry, the feelings of wanting to ride in one and wanting never to set foot in one are fighting it out inside me. But if you don't look where you're walking, you might fall from the stage. I don't think I'd notice. So fiercely the battle inside me is raging. He wants to go up in the balloon, but he's also, that sounds terrifying. You know what? Same. I don't think I'd ever want to step in a hot air balloon, but also being able to float around, seeing a aerial view like that is quite fun. But I'm like, I don't know if I would ride in a hot air balloon. That is scary. I think you should make peace with riding in one, Mr. Naruhodo. It really would be much safer that way. Please don't fall off the stage, in other words. Okay. I don't know if we'll find anything above, but let's actually look below. What is this? Oh, okay. This is just the whole middle machine? I guess we'll figure out what counts as what as we poke at things. What a terrible explosion it must have been. Yep. Even the steel girders have buckled and twisted in the blast. What is this voice? What they call the birdcage was right in the middle of it, just here. But look, Mr. Naruhodo, that metal grill on the floor. Looks as though it's designed to open. It does, doesn't it? The door had opened at the precise moment the explosion occurred. The birdcage could have dropped through and disappeared from sight. I don't think there's any doubt that this was a very elaborate hoax, is there? Well, the forensic lady thinks so, but eh. Just because they think so doesn't mean it's true. Is there anything else on... Okay, this bit. This wasn't here yesterday. Really? But if I'm not mistaken, it's the cage in which the victim was standing before he was apparently beamed through the air. That's what we intended to be. Moving on, though. That's right, the birdcage. According to what Professor Harebrand said in court, it's made of wood. Or more precisely, Japanese cypress, I think. And despite having been an explosion and then falling from a great height, it's relatively unharmed. Noted. Japanese cypress. Sturdy wood! What a wonderful, durable construction, wouldn't you say, Mr. Naruhodo? Yeah, I'm sure the design of the cage is... It is triangles. Triangles are very sturdy. If you can make something with a triangular or pyramid shape, very structurally sound, typically. I mean, I'm sure you can make it not, but on the norm. I'd understand that the forensic investigation team had taken it away yesterday to examine it. I suppose they must have brought it back here when they finished their work. But sadly, not with the body inside it. What do you mean, sadly? What's a dead body out of the freaking sunlight? That's a terrible idea, Susato. No, that's right. I know that we were given strict instructions not to touch anything, but still, this is too important a piece of evidence to overlook. We might need it for the trial. Can you just pick it up? Sometimes I question this game. It's like, oh, your character picked it up. And I'm like, did they? Are we sure? But yeah, wood cage. Oh, fade to black. Is that it then? Here? Because usually when it does that, It's giving us the heads up. We're good here. You'd already met that masked man, hadn't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yeah, before the conversation he had going, I think Kazuma might be alive. And by might, I'm really hoping it's true. Which, you know, same. If you've seen my previous streams, I'm very excited every time Kazuma gets mentioned. I immediately, like, even my first playthrough, I immediately warmed up to Kazuma. I was so sad that second episode. I'm like, what do you mean he died? And I'm like, this is freaking Dual Destinies with freaking Clay Tran all over again. I was so mad. Because, yeah, I know I had played Dual Destinies before playing this. Had I played the trilogy? I don't quite remember which order I've played the Ace Attorney games in, now that I'm thinking about it. I think I might have played Dual Destinies, Spirit of Justice, then played Chronicles, and then the trilogy, Phoenix Wright trilogy came out. So I played the Phoenix Wright trilogy after playing all of these. Yeah. Now I'm playing through, on my own, I'm not streaming it, the Apollo Justice trilogy, which I am looking forward to seeing parts of that again. I'm on episode 4 of the Apollo Justice, the game, not just the trilogy, but I guess it is episode 4 of the trilogy too. Anyway, moving on. Getting distracted. Okay, Masked Man. Met him before. Ryunosuke has. Yes, and yesterday, in fact, at Lord Van Zeek's office. I see. And if Kazuma-sama really is still alive, it means that Mr. Shlomes lied to us. Okay, because it has been brought up, and I was paying attention during that episode. Not necessarily. I was paying attention to how he was wording things. If you go back and pay attention, he doesn't say certain things, and other things are non-specific. So, I think I mentioned during that stream again, I went, oh, I see. I'm not elaborating, and then just moved on. That's why. I was paying attention to what Shlum said, because I knew about this bit of, is it Kazuma, or are we getting baited? Which, I will tell you right now, I was glaring at this game, going, don't you do this to me. Don't you do this to me. But I'm not saying anymore. That was just my thoughts and feelings at the time. Whether it's true or not, we'll have to find out. Let's see if we get to confirmation part or not. I am very happy right now, though. This part's interesting. I know. We're going to need to speak to him about that. Shall we go to the lax? Hi, Van Zeeks! You're going to have to leave now. Forensic investigation team. We're due to arrive shortly. If I find you here, it will cause problems. What sort of problems? Foreign affairs problems. Well, we could do without that. Alright, we'll be on our way. Let's go, Miss Susato. Of course. And off they go. Okay, where are we ending up? Okay, we're ending up in front of Gina again. Alright! Okay, now that we've done that, I think we have to go back to Madame True Spells because Shlomes is being a waxworks structure here. Pretending. Whatever. We don't get the little bit because we've been here. Is he around? Shlomes, are you here still? No, you're not. How's this? Yes. The heavy curtains in the middle of the House of Horrors. Whatever's on the other side of them. You just know it's going to be terrifying, don't you? The sign says that it's the Madame Truspel's special exhibit. It seems you have to pay extra to go inside. I know, can you believe that? Pay more money. As if we haven't been scared enough already. It's not my doing, Mr. Naruhodo. don't think we're here. Okay, not yet. I mean, he's not gonna be in, like, at home. Okay, I have hiccups. Hiccuping bit. Oh, okay, something is happening here. Hello? Is Iris around? Oh, Iris is not around. Usually she's here typing away at her typewriter. Is Shlom's at his... See? Nope, nobody's here. Shloms, don't leave your pipe near the test tubes! Yeah, I just wanted to quickly check. I'm like, okay. Shlom's side of the room is an absolute mess. Is that... Are those bullet holes? In the shape of a V and an R. Like, very rude? Virtual reality? Shlom's, why do you have half the things you have? This place is so messy. There's even paper. You can see, like, the divide of the room is, like, right here. And there's, like, papers on the floor. They're behind me right now. And then he's got a knife up there. And you get to Iris's side, and it's so much more neat. Everything's organized. Everything's nice and put together. I freaking love the differences between the two of them. Do we need to go talk to Hairbrain again? Because he would be at the prison. Oh! Oh wait, we haven't talked to him at all. Never mind. Okay. He's... Wait, who gave this man chalk? Apparently you're allowed chalk if you're in prison. At least in this prison. Okay. Is Hairbrain going to notice us? What's he doing? He's... Oh my! The whole wall of the cell is covered in mathematical equations. I'm pretty sure I've seen that in a horror film. Stills. I don't watch horror films. I hate jump scares with a passion. Really, seriously, I hate jump scares so much. They're not even scary, they just startle me, and then I get on edge thinking there's gonna be more. I don't need the anxiety. I'm like, I'm not even scared, I'm just anxious. Like a nervous chihuahua. Anyway, he's really going at it, isn't he? I'm kind of impressed that how much they animated. Not that it makes much sense, but still.
And he's still writing more now. Professor, sorry to interrupt.
Gross. Hi! Hi, Dandelion!
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo. And who is this young lady? My name is Susato Mikotoba. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor.
Not the professor who's a serial killer. I don't know why I feel like clarifying right now, but I do. Also, just to quickly check how we're doing in the background stuff. We're doing fine still. Okay. That's comforting. Oh. Oh, if only I met a refined young woman like you sooner! None of this would have happened. You want a wife? No, that's not logical. That makes no sense at all. Feelings don't give a hoot about logic at time. Most of the time. Who am I kidding? It's most of the time.
Oh dear, I'm sorry if my presence here upsets you. I owe you an apology too, Professor. I didn't manage to deliver what I promised you I would in court this morning.
Oh no! No. The whole thing. The whole miserable affair. It all happened. Because I've been such a complete and utter clot. Clot? Like, blood clot?
Professor Hairbrain, what have you been working on in your cell?
That's a lot. That's, what's the word? Trigonometry? I see angles. I don't know about any of this other stuff. It's not very familiar to me. Some of them kind of look like formulas. Oh, you mean that? Oh dear, how embarrassing.
I was suddenly struck by an idea, you see. I simply had to write it down. The wall was all I had to hand. Oh, is it some new hypothesis? I don't know, is it? Something to surpass super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, maybe. Pat, no. Actually, this is my autobiography. I don't see any... I mean, you can get creative with an autobiography, but I have a sinking suspicion that's not how you should write one. Okay. How was I diddled and fiddled by Albert Hairbrain? I found I can wait. Okay, let's try again. I found out I can represent my odd fortunes with only odd numbers in an ambitious set of simulacious equations. Really? I'm going to have to pay back all the loans I took from the kinesis machine, you see. So it's going to be a new serial publication for the next month. Part 1, an odd birth, an odd upbringing. Mr. Dandelion's getting ahead of himself, methinks. You can't beat the man's optimism, that's for sure. I see. Well, for now, would you mind if we talked a little more about the case? Oh yes, yes! Of course! I've been working through the numbers. I was diddled! I was fiddled! By the pair of them! By Asman! And that aloof engineer, Drebber! Whom we still have to find. I'm gonna put my water down, because I didn't grab my water. We're not going to have to sit through another explanation of all these equations, are we? I hope not. Converse. This morning's trial. Everything I believed in has been turned on its head. My research, Mr. Asman, the kinesis machine. My hypothesis, even. I'm sorry it's come to this. There was really no other way. No, it's not your fault. I wanted to protect my work, but in the end, there was nothing worth protecting. Oop, hello, Margaret. Welcome, welcome. It was never my intention to deceive anyone. I didn't want to trick the public. No, of course you didn't. I just remembered I forgot to do something. I knew I was gonna forget something. Yeah, Mr. Dandelion's hair. Pretty impressive. Okay, how do I do this quickly? Oop. Oh dear. Okay. I'm just gonna have to skip that. Oh dear. Gotta grab the right color. Okay. Anyway. What we... Oh yeah. Didn't want to deceive anybody. But in court this morning, I realized something. Oh? If you've done something wrong without knowing it, you still done something wrong. Logically, it makes no difference if you are aware of it or not. Ignorance is a poor excuse. The blame still lies with me. Oh, Professor. I like Mr. Hairbrain. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he's really overzealous and all that, but at the same time, he's pretty cool, because he's got... Once you actually get him thinking, he actually has a lot of self-awareness, and I'm like, respect. I respect the guy, well, actually anyone, really. Anyone who has a self-awareness. But yeah, I like Hairbrain. Little Mr. Dandelion. I give him a nickname because I like him. He believed... Oop. Not this hot, though. He believed in me this morning, you know. Barack did. He believed in my hypothesis. Oh, yeah, I kind of caught on to that, because he was very Van Zieks was very adamant about that until the end. Well, I think... That was just a necessary factor in the prosecution establishing its case.
No, Barack wouldn't do something like that. I'm sure he genuinely believed it. What is he, 5? I don't know why, but it just makes me like, I'm honestly surprised if he did. Did he? Or is he just putting up a front for his friend? I honestly can't tell, but you know, whatever way you spin it, it's still rather interesting. I think I understand now why it was that he decided to take on the prosecution in my trial, I mean. Yep. After the terrible accident happened, nobody would believe in my hypothesis anymore. Not the police, not the prosecution service, not any lawyers even. I feel like I dealt some kind of finishing blow here. Kinda did. So if any other prosecutor had taken the case, if it was anyone other than Barack, I'm sure the prosecution would have declared my hypothesis a complete and utter nonsense. And in that case, you would have been declared a fraud yourself, Professor. Exactly, which would have been a fate worse than death for me. Yeah, your whole career ruined, that would be terrible. But Barack insisted that I was a proper man of science from start to finish. You think that's why he... I know him very well indeed. He's an extremely kind-hearted soul. I almost said fool. You can tell how I I hear kind-hearted fool way more often than kind-hearted soul, lately at least. But that extremely kind-hearted soul spent all morning trying to paint you as a murderer, didn't he? Well, admittedly, that part of the analysis appears to have some flaws in it. And what about the whole Reaper side of things? How does that fit in with the kind-hearted soul idea? Eh, you tell me. Mr. Asmund, stop talking about this guy. Do you think he set out to trick me from the very start? I guess. I don't remember, to be honest. So, genuinely, I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sorry to say, it does seem likely, yes, that I can agree with. Yeah, it probably was, because there's that research grant money. It's probably after the money. Greedy man. When I first met him, he introduced himself as a wealthy financier. He looked over the paper I'd written that said my work would benefit all humanity and must be pursued. He was so enthused. He was so empathetic. But in reality, he was the mastermind of some vast criminal network, it seems. I still can't believe it. It's a tough pill to swallow. As the machine was essentially a set decoration for some stage magic. It probably doesn't require a large amount of investment, actually. The scale of it wasn't just some small trick. It was a very elaborate feat of deception. No kidding. All young scientists are full of hope about their Try again. All young scientists are full of hope about their burgeoning ideas. Full of zeal. But none of us have any money. If we want to do research, we want to do research, but we can't afford it. Many of us take on barely legal part-time work to try to earn just a few measly pennies to carry on. To go through all that, only to be taken for a complete fool. It's too rotten to believe. It is, I agree. And that's why we have to find those responsible and bring them to justice. Mr. Asmund is no more, of course, which leaves only the engineer. Mr. Enoch Drebber. Yeah. Drebber, the engineer. What about him? Is he an engineer, or a magician, or a swindler? I believe it's all of the above.
It was about a year ago when Mr. Asman first brought Mr. Drebber to meet me at my laboratory. Since then, I've met him many times to discuss details about the kinesis machine. At no point did you have any inkling that he was just an illusionist. Oh, he definitely wasn't just an illusionist. What do you mean? He was a wealth of deep scientific knowledge. There's no question that the man's a genuine scientist. It's instantly apparent in conversation. I see. But the wretched man deceived you, Professor. It's unforgivable. We must do everything we can to find him and bring him to justice. Are there no more clues you can give us as to his whereabouts? I'm sorry. I only ever discussed the kinesis machine. Nothing else. Although, just once, I did visit his workshop. What workshop? Drebber's enormous fabrication laboratory where he constructed my great machine. Susato just turns to me and this guy's like, are you serious? You should have told us that from the first. Why didn't you mention this before? Knock Drebber's workshop. There's every chance that we might find the man there. Yunosuke is Susato showing their love of science. Kind of. Drebber's workshop. Oh, you've been to Drebber's place of work then? Yes, just once, you understand. It was an enormous place. Plenty of room to construct the kinesis machine, you see. Where can we find it? We have to go there at once. There's a good chance that we'll find Drebber there. Well, yes, definitely, I'm sure. As in, I'm sure you're not going to want to hear this. But I have absolutely no idea where the workshop is at all. I'm so sorry. I was more than half expecting that. You see, I was blindfolded in the carriage the entire way there. He blindfolded you? Wasn't taking any chances then. The place was incredible. The pinnacle of modern engineering. Even the oil he used was the very best. A special French machine oil that's impossible to obtain in Britain. Ah, the indescribable scent of that imported oil. Perfumes across the world should forget their secret formulae and use that instead. I have a distinct feeling people would disagree with you, Hairbrain, on that, but you go ahead, Mr. Dandelion. What do you think, Miss Susato? You a machine for your next birthday. I've never used any kind of perfume, Mr. Naruhodo. And I'm not sure I'd like to start with that. I don't suppose you know every... Okay. I don't suppose you know even part of the workshop's address, Professor. You don't have a business card for Mr. Drebber, for example. The man was clearly very cautious. Aha! Yes, I do! He gave me his business card for once. It's right here, look. What? Let me see that. Throw a ticket to the wind, why don't you? She just nabbed it, did she? Enoch Drebber, engineer. I'm afraid that's all it says. There's no address. No... Oh well, I can't say I'm surprised. Still, this could be useful. Drebber's card has been added to the court record. I think that's all we can say. Can we show him something? What do we have? Yeah, we got the business card. Oh, it's like a little minus and plus. It's a plusle and a minum. Can you imagine a guy looking like this with a little plus and a minum on his shoulder? That would be really cute, or just look really odd.
depending on your feelings. Is there anything on the back? Oh. Oh, there's oil? Oh, I'm in the way. I'm in the way. I'm in front of Ryunosuke. Bye-bye. Float away.
It's dark smudge here.
Oh, Susako's getting blocked too. Oh, gosh. Oh, I think I usually have a chat on the corner for this. I forgot. I'll just leave it there. And we can see Susato as well. Oops.
I think perhaps it's machine oil. Oh yes, possibly. Professor Harebrain mentioned something about oil Mr. Drebber used, didn't he? He said it was specifically imported, very high quality oil, as impossible to obtain in Britain. Yes, that's right. But more importantly, that it's more fragrant than the finest perfume. So, excuse me a moment. Oh, it doesn't appear to have any scent at all. Don't worry. I expect that that's just because there's such a tiny amount on here.
There's machine oil. If it's smelly, we can give it to Toby, the puppy dog, and maybe the puppy dog can show us where to go. I do kind of want to go talk to... Do we go talk to Gina to get the dog's help, or do we try True Spells again? Let's go see if True Spells has Schlones. No, I don't think it does. I think it would... I like this lady's outfit, but she's about to end that lady's whole life. This also makes me think of something. I think I've seen something similar to this. I haven't the foggiest clue as to where. So this does kind... You know what? The guy does kind of look like, Magnus McGilded. Don't he? That poor lady. It's always ladies. But yeah, no. There's nothing to do here. We'd have somebody show up, I think, if there's something to do here. We've been to here. Okay, so yeah, talking to Gina, I think is the only thing we could do. Because there's no one at the Schlome's residence at the moment. I don't think we're gonna find anyone in the justice office. You rarely go this way, so if you're like... Unless you have people specifically telling you to go back there, you just don't need to go back there. Where did I want to go? Right here. I want to go here. Gina's over here and she has the puppy. Oh. I could have shown things to Mr. Dandelion, though. Oh, well, if I need to go back, I'll go back then. But for now, let's, present. Can we get the dog's help with this, Gina?
About this, Gina.
Yeah, I'm still learning the letters at the moment. Oh, did it not trigger that?
Only know A to E, so if it ain't too much bleeding trouble... Ah, actually, Gina. It's the back of the card that's important.
Eh? How come?
There's just a dirty old smudge on the back, that's all. It turns out that this is very high-quality French machine oil. It has a very peculiar scent, apparently.
You don't say! Let's have a whiff, then. I can smell it. You sure? I don't smell nothing.
No, we didn't mean that you should smell it.
Okay, so this is gonna get the puppy.
Oh, right! You mean Toby!
Yes, the puppy! Puppy! Everyone's favorite thing. Dog. Even though I'm more of a cat person, it's still puppy! It's a cute doggy. I always like games when they let you pet cats and dogs. Twilight Princess, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess was quite fun with that, because you could talk to them as Wolf Link. Anyway. Wolf.
His sense of smell is so good. He can track people over the oceans, can't he? Professor Harebrain informed us that this oil is unique to Mr. Drebber's workshop.
Look at the puppy! I like how she holds the dog out like it's gonna like try to get it to bite something or somewhat, but I think she's just mostly avoiding getting hit in the face by the tail. Wait, is the music upbeat? What song is this? Ah, it's the getting stuff done song, as I call it. Okay.
I think he's picked up a scent.
So you mean, if he follows the scent of this oil, Toby could lead us to that Dodgy Cove's workshop. Yes, that is the idea. That's why I came over here.
That's right. That's exactly what we were hoping.
Alright then. Let's give it a go. I'll just borrow that.
What? Wait, when did you... What's the pickpocket?
Always a pickpocket. If I can lead everyone to that Drebber's workshop, I'll be the boss's boss before next week. I'm not sure if that's how it works out, but you certainly have better standing.
Oh yes, Gina. I'm sure he'll be promoted. Poor Gregson.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. Right then, Odo. Leave it to me.
Sorry.
We're gonna get going after that dodgy engineer cove right this minute. Down goes the puppy. Oh, but hang on. Somebody's supposed to be on guard duty here at all the time.
I'm afraid we can't help. We need to get on with our investigation as well, Gina.
Oh, right. Oh well, never mind. It ain't gonna be me what gets in the neck. It'll be the boss.
Poor Gregson. Again.
He's totally making that little droopy, sacky shoulder. Ready, Toby? Got that oil scent, have ya? Come on then, boy. See you later. Off they go.
I do hope the scent of that oil leads them to that swindler's workshop. Yes, I hope so too. Ideally before the dog swims across the channel to France.
Thankfully, that's not how doggies work.
Well, I think we've done all the investigating we can here for now. But just determine the whereabouts of Mr. Drebber. I'm sure Gina and little Toby won't let us down. Now then, do you think we ought to try to speak with Mr. Shlums at this point? We have things to discuss with him, and I'm dying to meet him again after all these months.
You are quite the Shlums fan.
Yes, it's quite possible he might know something useful. You're right. We ought to find him at Madame Chuspel's. He's supposed to be working there as a temporary waxwork exhibit. Yes, Iris told me all about his latest unusual venture.
To feed his kid. He's holding still, which is a grand feat for Shlomes. Yep, and it's redoing where we've been here a couple of times. Still spooky there, Susato? Yeah.
Here we are again, at the House of Horrors. I'm afraid I haven't gotten used to the place yet. I'd still like to turn on my heels and go straight home. Via the confectionery, of course. Susato-san really is after something sweet today, isn't she?
Maybe you should get her some compito to hold her, carry her around. Yeah!
What's the matter? Look, Mr. Naruhodo! Look at that waxwork. I'm quite sure it wasn't there before.
I'm pretty sure that's actually Shlomes.
It looks exactly like Mr. Shlums, down to the very last detail. Aha! What is it? Oh, sorry. I think you'll find it's the temporary waxwork himself.
Oh, hello, Giselle.
Ah, the friend of my dedicated employee. Oh, yes. Hello again. It's Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I must say, I'm quite spellbound by the great detective. He is a marvel. My precious waxwork is already back where it belongs. You don't mean... But yes, the mystery is solved already. Oh, Mr. Schultz can really engage his brain when he is hungry enough. As you can see, he has returned to his habitual duties. Yes. His habitual duties? Alas, do not disturb,
Or is that just Olos? Yeah, Olos. She's concerned now.
Poor Susato-san. She looks very perplexed.
Why are you going off? Who is bothering me? Oops. Okay. Not important. Nothing too important. Is it important? Do I have to leave? No, we're good. Do I examine so I can talk to Shlomes? Hi.
We really do need to speak with Mr. Shlomes. And I am longing to say hello again. But where is he?
He's right there. Oh my gosh. I think he wants to say hello to you too. He's ready to fight for it. I just love. He looks like he's. Looks like he should be on her shoulder or something.
I think you might find that he's quite nearby, actually. Oh! What do you...
Indeed, my dear fellows! It is I! The world-famous great detective in waxwork, Herlock Shlomes! She is stunned wordless. Good job, Shlomes. I'm surprised she didn't flip him. Oh, I think she fainted. Don't look, he might go away! Apparently, Susato just hit the floor. Susato-san! Susato-san! Oh no. Hello? Oh, now he's sad. My most humble apologies.
I thought I died and gone to eternal paradise for a moment, via London.
My dear madame, allow me to make amends by offering you a tasty free deduction at some point.
As long as it's not of questionable street food quality. I don't understand. Why are you working as a waxwork here, Mr. Shlomes?
Barely a second identity, you understand. Though the case is largely solved now.
Largely solved? We're talking about the waxwork abduction, I presume?
Indeed we are, my good fellow. As I predicted, it was as easy as a proverbial pie. Though I confess, I'm yet to partake of a pie, proverbial or otherwise. Or any food so far today, for that matter. Please, someone feed this man. Point proven.
That stomach rumble echoed around the whole museum.
Shouldn't True Spell give him some food so his stomach doesn't go off? It's going to ruin the illusion. Though I guess it could also freak poor people out if it's that loud. They'll be like, monster! Monster in the horror exhibit! Or some such.
So how did you manage to solve it so quickly?
Ah, well, do you remember I said it was largely solved? Anyway, I simply negotiated with the culprit. Are you familiar with the so-called telephone?
Oh yes, it's the most modern invention, allowing you to hold a conversation with people far away.
Shows his own special sign of the zodiac. Yes. That's a funny way of putting it.
In Japan, only the imperial capital and a handful of other cities are connected as yet.
This morning, a telephone call was received here from the perpetrator of the abduction. As such, I was able to negotiate terms, and in the end, the waxwork was returned.
It's amazing.
Just between you and I, it would appear that the culprit had always intended to return the stolen waxwork in any event.
Oh, but I thought whoever was responsible had demanded a ransom, no?
Yes, I think perhaps. The ransom demand was necessary to avoid unwanted suspicion regarding the true motive.
But does that not mean your negotiating was entirely unnecessary?
And you know where it counts, Susato. In fact, I must ask you to keep from Madame Truspel's at all costs. A hungry young Iris awaits my return to Baker Street, after all.
Poor Iris.
You need to manage your money better. Now then, do I sense that you have some business with this great waxwork? Yes. I hit the wrong thing. My bad. I want to talk about Cosmo first. Dude, why'd you...
Mr. Sholmes, did you lie to us?
My dear Mr. Naruhodo, stay that piercing stare. What is this about?
Last winter, when we were first on our way to Britain, aboard the steamship.
Asa, no.
Your words were very clear.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder.
You told us that it was murder, and you examined Kazuma-sama's body.
Indeed. And wherein lies the problem?
We met them earlier today. The victim, Kazuma Asogi.
He doesn't seem happy about that. You're quite sure?
He was wearing some sort of mask, and was apparently suffering from amnesia. But yes, I'm quite sure it was Kazuma-sama.
So it is Kazuma. Sholmes is not happy.
You must have known at the time, Mr. Sholmes, that he wasn't actually dead.
I want to poke him hard and decide. Well, I can only assume I was swept up in the murderous atmosphere of the moment. But the fellow wasn't dead at all. Priceless. I don't suppose that the performance would pass muster, would it, Mr. Naruhodo?
I could believe that the crewmen present at the time made a mistake, but not you, Mr. Sholmes.
I will now tell you something of the first importance, my dear fellow. Great detectives are wont to lie. It will serve you well to remember that.
Please, Mr. Sholmes.
Tomorrow in court, you will find yourself on the threshold of a very great mystery. For now, I'm afraid that is all I can say. The plot thickens. Also, Suzato and Ryunosuke are very convinced that it was Kazuma. I hope it's Kazuma. The wax museum is full of stiffs. I understand that. Very badumtis. Enoch Dreber. Okay, about this guy.
We're in the process of trying to track somebody down.
Oh.
Yes, a man by the name of Enoch Dreber. He's a swindler who duped Professor Hairbrain, and the engineer who built the kinesis machine.
The supposed kinesis machine. A swindler and engineer, like the modern man.
He also seems to be a conjurer sort too, with considerable knowledge of stage magic.
I really wish they had the camera obscura or the magic lantern referenced in here, but ah well, 'tis not to be.
We really need to locate him before the trial resumes tomorrow morning. But we have so few clues to go on. That's the trouble. Do you have any good ideas?
I have no data yet. It is a capital mistake to have good ideas before one has data. If I knew something of the man's appearance at least, I may be in a better position to help.
Yes, the Dreber's appearance.
Oh, we got a picture from Van Ziet's. Fortunately for you, however, I presently have little to occupy myself and little to fill my stomach. As soon as you find any clue, no matter how small, I should gladly give you my thoughts on it. Okay. Wait, nope. We don't just go to court record. We don't go to court record. We have to go to the present over in this menu. Now we can do this. Picture. Show.
Mr. Sholmes, did you cast your eyes over this photographic print? It's of Mr. Enoch Dreber.
Sholmes has many ideas, still trying to find. Indeed.
Face of the engineer we seek.
Well, all Englishmen look broadly the same, of course. So looking at the photograph won't be particularly instructive. Well, that's certainly Cat got his tongue. Are you alright, Mr. Shlomes? Ah, yes, forgive me. Very interesting, this. Very interesting indeed.
What's wrong, Mr. Shlomes? You've turned quite pale all of a sudden.
What is going on? People keep going pale. People go pale as a ghost, as if they've seen the dead, and the dead might be walking around among us. See, I told you this episode would be interesting. I'm having a great time. I'm hitting all my favorite parts. I have a suggestion. Mr. Naruhodo, will you indulge me?
Oh, well, what is it?
Oh. What in the world? Ooh. What was that? Oh. Okay. Excuse me? Okay, let me check. Are we okay here? Ooh. No. Oh. Okay. I think. Yeah, okay. This is okay. Oh, geez. Everything just flickered. I think I had a spike on my end. Okay. Man, that spooked me. Ah! My blood went cold. But I think everything's okay. Let me check. Yeah. Let me check on the Twitch side, because it looks like we're okay on the YouTube side. Just want to make sure everything's going okay. There was a hiccup. I'm honestly surprised we haven't gotten more. Are we okay on this? I have no idea how to check. How do I navigate this? I don't know. So bad at this. Eh. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. This looks... Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're good. We're good. Everything's okay. All right. New stuff. I think it just had a spike and like things got used. Yeah, it's back to being okay. Are you sure you're okay there, computer? You're not going to scare me again by making the whole screen go black. Did it get too warm? I forgot to turn up the fan. It might have gotten a bit too warm. It doesn't say the temperature is all that high. I have no idea what that was about. It sure scared me! Okay, moving on. Okay, where were we at? Okay, yeah, Mr. Schlump's turned pale after seeing Mr. Drebber. And okay, yeah, he has a suggestion for Mr. Naruhodo. I said Mr. Naruhodo, but I don't need to call it that. Inosuke. As I explained to you when you arrived, the missing waxwork has been returned. And I personally reinstalled it in the exhibit from which it was taken, behind those thick curtains.
Oh, yes, the professor exhibit, isn't it?
Would you like to see it? For a mere 5 shillings. It's a special one-time only price, you understand.
What?
The opportunity won't come again, I might add. When do you like to see the fruits of my labor?
Oh, well, we do have a rather pressing investigation to carry out. Perhaps we could postpone?
The price is very reasonable, 5 shillings. I think you'll find it well worth it. He's really pushing this.
Are you being quite serious, Mr. Shlomes?
Surely you need only look at my expression to ascertain if this is a seriousness or silliness.
I can never deal with you, that's the point.
I can. He's being serious.
Very well, it couldn't hurt. Here's your 5 shillings.
Gratefully received. So, the special exhibit awaits behind the curtain. I invite you to peruse it at your leisure. I guess a bow.
Well, the money's been spent, so let's go and see the special exhibit.
And the curtains pull away. At least, shortly.
Through those heavy curtains at last.
I thought he was gonna say least. At last. Oh, we gotta move. Examine. Curtains.
5 shillings we've had to pay. It doesn't seem right somehow that Mr. Shlom slipped the money into his own bucket, does it?
No.
Ah! We could ask Gina to retrieve it for us, using her special skills. Pickpocketing police officers and diddling detectives. Is this what makes Britain great? Not to mention, demigod prosecutors taking the law into their own hands, or chip-loving inspectors.
You met quite a few eccentric people, yes.
Inspector Gregson comes off rather well in that list, I think.
Yeah, he does. His only crime is eating the food he likes. 23rd October, Madame Trelou Spell's special exhibit. It has no head. And there's another one. Another rack clerk. I'm pretty sure that's not a person, at least.
Oh dear, I felt a shiver run down my spine as soon as we walked in here.
Miss Susato!
I say we turn on our heels and go straight home. Buy a really big confectionery.
We certainly can't do that. We paid 5 shillings already. True. Graveyard! It's actually pretty spooky.
Actually, now that I'm looking a little more closely, we've paid good money to see an exhibit that's clearly incomplete. The nerve of that great diddling detective is far more terrifying than anything else in this place.
You can get your qualms out later, Yanosuke. You live in the same place.
This must be what Mr. Shlums meant when he said the case was largely solved.
It looks like... It's honestly like a janitorial outfit climbing out of a grave. That's spooky. There's a dude climbing out of the grave. Number 139. There's no name. Just a number. Spooky. Also, interesting and concerning in equal measure.
Be as it may, Mr. Shlums heavily implied there would be a clue about the engineer in here, didn't he? But where?
I don't know, maybe there?
Since we've paid 5 shillings, let's do 5 shillings worth of investigation, shall we?
Yes, we will get what we paid for.
Is that fear or frustration that's making Susato-san's voice tremble?
Both? Maybe both. Okay, examine. Who dis?
It's part of the exhibit. It's just as disturbing as the rest. It looks so real. Seems to be a young man in a white overcoat. And he has a large shovel in his hand, too. Look.
So he does. I'm blocking it. Okay, hold on, let me... You can see the shovel now. And I'm back. I'm like, oh, I should probably move out of the way for a second at the very least.
Perhaps we should investigate in a little more detail.
Why did it move? I move up. There's a camera. Oh, I'm in the way. Hello.
What's this here? Well, this would appear to be a lens in the middle, so... I believe it's probably a camera.
A camera?
But it's so small. This technology is incredible, isn't it? I mean, what about Mr. Shlom's skin prints? I think perhaps you should treat Mr. Shlom's invention as exceptions to the rule. But anyway, why would the man be in a graveyard at night with a camera? I wonder. Perhaps he was trying to capture the moment a dead body came back as a ghost on film. We'll just borrow this for a little while, I think.
Camera. Yoink.
Looking at the photographic plate inside the camera, we can see what picture was taken. What's a photographic plate? It's a piece of glass coated in a special emulsion that reacts to the light coming in through the lens. If we open the cover at the back of the camera, we should find it. Let's have a look. You should see yourself, Sugato-san. Your eyes are shiny. You really do like machinery, don't you?
Wait, look at the face. I need to tilt up. Face.
I can't see his face very well, can you? Perhaps if I just... Oh! Do you think you should be manhandling the exhibits, Mr. Naruhodo? I'll put it back exactly as it was, don't worry.
It has a cross button. Gee, I wonder where we've seen a cross button before. Hello?
Ah! What on earth? How can... I don't believe it. Black monocle. Mr. Naruhodo. Is it possible that this man is? Yes. It's Enoch Jabeur. The color of his hair is different, but it's unmistakably him.
The younger him. Terrified out of his wits. Is this Shlom's? I don't know.
Indeed it is.
It is Shlom's. Okay.
Mr. Shlom's.
This man is the subject of your present hunt, I believe.
Yes, that's right. Just who is this man? Why is he here in this exhibit?
Well, that's the thing to find out, huh?
And why does this convict behind him have no head?
The head was missing, and the model was returned by the thief who stole it.
What a surprise. So then the case isn't solved yet, is it?
Did I not say so myself? Largely solved, were my words, I believe. But I must locate the missing head. Trout de suite, as Madame would say, or I'll be in grave trouble. A very hungry iris still waits my return to Baker Street, preferably with rations. Ah! Why is he upset?
You know, though, something about this room is strange. Strange? What do you mean? Well, the displays in the House of Horrors are supposed to depict real events, are they not?
Indeed they are, Miss Susato. Do go on.
And, as terrifying as they are, the scenes in the other exhibits are believable. But this one... This surely couldn't ever really have happened, could it?
Quiet. I think it's time I educated you a little about the nature of the incidents involving the professor 10 years ago. What does he have to do with anything? The resurrecting convict. Ooh. Well, that certainly paints a picture. I believe I told you a little about the professor yesterday, did I not? He took the lives of 5 victims, every one being either a member of the aristocracy or royalty. All were attacked by an enormous hunting hound and had their throats ripped from their bodies.
Oh gosh, an enormous hound! How awful.
After taking the life of his 5th victim, the killer was apprehended. It was a case of unprecedented magnitude in Britain, you understand. accordingly. Wait, what? 100 subscribers. I have what? Hold on. Huh? Wait. This. Oh! Oh, I have a few. I have... This is 102. Okay. Yay! Okay. Hello there. Thank you. I'm a little stunned. Okay. I'll think about how something to do for that a bit later. I'll at least put some posts. I'm still working on my 3.0 stuff. Well, I'm glad all of you guys came. I'm pretty close. I'm tongue-tied now. I'm getting near to the end of my 3.0 stuff, so look forward to that. I was expecting to just see 100, and it's like 102. I'm like, okay. I'm a little shocked. Jeez, okay, okay, think about that later. Game right now. We're... Game now. Think later. Frank over. Okay. Yes, oh, right. We're talking about the professor. Who apparently resurrected? I guess... Oh, yeah, we did get told that already. That is the professor. He came out of the grave. Ooh. Spooky. Okay, I'll reread this line over again. It was a case of unprecedented magnitude in Britain, you understand. Accordingly, the professor was tried in a closed court. No members of the public were permitted. A closed court? So you mean that the professor's identity? As you've surmised, my dear fellow, his identity was never made public. Naturally, he was found guilty. It was summarily sentenced to death by hanging. He was buried in the grave at Lowgate Cemetery, which adjoins the rear of the prison where he had been held. However, that was not the end of the affair. Oh. The very night that he was buried, the convicted man came back to life. Came back to life? He clawed his way out of the ground and emerged into the moonlit graveyard. The exhibit here depicts the very scene. Oh. I thought it said Susato, I misread that. Apparently death did not take him. No. No, it did not. Exhibit here depicts the very scene, as described by the sole witness to those chilling events, which was apparently a knock Dreber. There was a witness. Ryunosuke, please. Ryunosuke, please. But of course, my dear fellow, it was none other than the young man in the white overcoat. Enoch Dreber. You saw it happen? Yeah, I mean... What do you think this exhibit is depicting? Ryunosuke! You silly man! Okay, the young witness. This was 10 years ago. How old is... Not, I don't think I have a court. Do we have a record for him? Oh, he's 35. So he was 25? Oh no, we got a lot of people. You're 37. You're 11. No wonder why you were throwing tantrums in the courtroom. 42. Meaning of life! Sorry, I'm getting distracted by people's ages. Oh, Esmeralda Truspels is only 26 years old. She's younger than I thought. I thought she'd be a few years old. Oh, Gina's 18. Also older. He's older than I thought. Nobody knows. Okay, anyway. We do. Yeah, so it's a 25-year-old Enoch Dreber. Waxwork model of Enoch... I didn't read that. So this is a waxwork model of Enoch Dreber. 10 years ago, the convicted professor, having been gibbeted and buried, emerged from his grave in the dead of night. The sole witness to that unimaginable scene was this young man. From appearances, I would say that he was about 20 years old.
It's so horrifying.
Scared out of his wits, the young Drebber ran to a nearby police station to report the incident. And the sheer terror of what he'd seen is said to have turned his hair white overnight. That explains the hair.
Yes, as shown in the photograph we have of him. His hair is completely white.
For the following few days, the story of what he'd seen was on every front page in the capital. The public was frantic for every last detail about the killer who come back to life. As you've seen, an exhibit was even created here at Madame Truspel's. Indeed.
I can quite understand why the man's hair would turned white, certainly. What I don't understand is what Mr. Drebber was doing in the first place. In a lonely graveyard in the middle of the night. Yes, what was he up to?
Digging things up. He has a shovel. You gonna answer, Shlomes? Following the execution. Yes, apparently. Professor's acts of terror threw London's upper classes into complete panic 10 years ago. It was a great scandal, one might say, at the very highest levels of society. And since the killer's identity was never made public, rumors abounded. After all, no killer had ever before systematically employed a dog as a weapon of murder.
Yes, I can imagine the impact the case must have had.
But in time, of course, the rumors abated. So too, the talk of the shocking witness account of the convict who came back to life. Also, I just want to say, because it is relevant, there is the story, the Sherlock Holmes story, you know, in real life, by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, where it's the Hound of Baskervilles, the only one I've read, in fact, where a giant dog is sicked onto people to kill them. So, yeah. This is probably why Iris's story, the Hound of the Baskervilles, was not published. Because, yeah, the professor has sicked a big dog on people. So, yeah. There's that connection. The dots have been connected. Let's see. Oh. Wait. What? I see in chat, it looks like... Is there more in chat? Hold on. Hello. Do I need to... Okay, let me check chat. How do we do this? I think I might need to make chat bigger for a second. Oh, okay, no, that's just scrolled up higher. That's wonky. I'm gonna need to figure that out later. Okay, well... I can't do anything about it right now. But I'm just like, wait, I just noticed something weird. What is going on? Oh no. I'll figure that out eventually. Okay, alright. The rumors abated. And also, pretty sure Iris' story couldn't be published. It was too close to these events. Actually, that's also why Mikotoba called Susato back to Japan. So, Mikotoba and Shlomes are very struck out by this professor guy. Even now. Or at least this case. How interesting. I wonder what's got these two guys spooked so much. Anyway. It was forgotten. Dismissed as dubious ghost story. Oh wait. Dismissed as a dubious ghost story. And as a preposterous parlor tale.
But why did people stop believing it?
Why? Simply because there is no resurrection to speak of. As was established, in fact.
What do you mean by no resurrection?
Oop. Okay. The police investigated the grave in Lowgate Cemetery and published their findings. The convict's body was found to be buried exactly where it had been following the execution.
No! But that would mean Mr. Drebber must have lied to the police and to the newspapers.
That would appear to be the only logical explanation, yes. The young man subsequently vanished from society and nothing has been heard of him since. It's rather striking, then, that he should resurface now, don't you think?
Of course, the convicted murderer couldn't really have come back to life. That's not possible. But Drebber's hair is unusually white, and if that really did happen overnight as a result of shock, it's hard to believe the incident was an out-and-out lie.
Hard to believe it's an out-and-out lie when the great detective is still fussed about it. He turned, might I add, white as a sheet. Upon seeing Drebber. So, that is something to think about, I guess. Okay. What? Do we have anything else to show him? Oh wait, we have this camera. Examine the camera? I should probably move. This... Oh!
Oh look, the cover came open. Yes, now there should be a glass plate inside. You have to change the plate with each new photograph you want to take, you see.
I don't see a plate.
Is something wrong? There's no plate. It's been removed. Ah, what a pity. But I suppose if you think about it, this wouldn't be the actual camera that was used at the time, just like the wax bearer isn't the actual person. So we'd never have found a photographic print of the executed convict coming back to life anyway. Oh, yes, you're quite right, of course. Poor Susato-san. She looks devastated.
Upside down. What did we do about... Oh, okay. Oh, that's blood. That's blood.
A wonderful machine. You really love contraptions like this, don't you?
Oh, yes. Anything mechanical I find absolutely irresistible.
Almost irresistible, surely. Well, whenever I see a pocket watch, for example, I can't help myself. I simply have to take it apart. That's worrying. Yes, Father tells me the time by the rumblings of his stomach now. He's given up having a watch. Or Professor Mikotoba.
Wait, she actually does that? Also, blood! Guys!
Look, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it? On the bellows, just here. There seems to be some very dark red stains. Yes, you're right. It looks like blood, actually.
Probably is. Wait. Why would there be blood?
Oh my. I'm sure it's not what you're thinking.
Maybe I should show this to Shlomes. We're not done talking to him. Let's show the camera to Shlomes. Okay, got back out of that. Got back out of this. Go to present. I need to move over. Again. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Can you tell us about the camera?
Mr. Shlomes, about this.
Nope. He's not gonna tell us. Okay, I'm just gonna skip through this then. Okay. Is there anything else we can show Shlomes? Oh, wait, there's also... We did send Gina out to go find the workshop. Maybe we gotta find something in the workshop and then... come back to Shlomes. Let's go talk to Gina. So I don't think I have anything else I could show Shlomes, unless... Do I need to look more? Do I need to look at this?
This must be the killer. The fiend known as the Professor. Yes, I think so. According to what Madame Truspel said, He killed 5 victims, all of noble or royal blood. The waxwork is so lifelike, isn't it? Like all the models in this place. I know. It looks like it could start moving at any moment, doesn't it? Only it had a head, that is. Perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail.
Okay, can't move the screen. But there.
So this is the condemned man.
Oh yeah, it says 139 on his... and the... shirt thing. I guess... Wait, if he was in jail, is this what he was wearing in jail?
Yes, the so-called professor.
Number 139. Probably important to remember. Maybe.
Then perhaps his head was chopped off by a guillotine.
We got told he was hanged. Susato, calm down.
But unable to find peace. He emerged from his grave as a headless ghost. Do you have to entertain such terrifying ideas, Miss Susato? Anyway, I'm sure the model had a head once. There's a metal fitting for it, see? Then, perhaps Mr. Schlums absentmindedly forgot to reattach it?
Not confident in Schlums, are we? Yeah, on the headstone. And the top. So I guess if we see Convict 139, we know who it is.
It's an extremely absent-minded detective you're describing, isn't it? Or perhaps the thief absent-mindedly forgot to include the head when he or she returned it to the museum. And that would be an extremely absent-minded thief. But there have been some reason why only the head wasn't returned. Well, whatever the reason, it means we don't know what the face of the infamous professor looked like, do we? Oh. There's something caught just inside the convict's jacket here. It looks like a piece of broken glass. A quite big piece, too. It's very thick, isn't it? About 5 times thicker than normal window glazing, I'd say. Where would such a thick piece of glass have come from, I wonder?
I do wonder. Maybe like here? These are gonna have to be related cases after all.
I suppose it must have been made thick to increase its strength? But why? Well, perhaps because the glass had to span a particularly wide area, such as in a big building, for example. Ah, well, we've seen a large glass building recently, haven't we? And some of the glass was broken too. You don't mean... Exactly. The Crystal Tower at the Great Exhibition.
Yeah, I pieced it together.
Why would the glass from the Crystal Tower be lodged inside this waxworks jacket?
Well, he thinks we know the connection between these two cases now.
It makes you think, doesn't it?
Piece of broken glass. Yoink.
Earlier in court, we established that the kinesis experiment was a trick. And now we discover this fragment of glass here in this waxwork. Is it just a coincidence?
And that our prime suspect for actually being the murderer is also the guy who was here at the time? Yeah, no, Ryunosuke, I don't think there's no coincidence about this. I think stuff is afoot, and we must find out what it is. And it's going to be a humdinger of a case. That's for sure. I mean, 10-year-old serial murder case who may or may not have been resurrected. Missing his head. Oh. Oh. Okay, people are screaming. Oh, it's like Gina. What in the bleeding Nora, Odo? What have you gone and done?
Gina, what are you doing here?
Oh, she still has that. I asked Iris, and she said this is where you'd be, so...
Gina, not so loud in the museum.
Madame True Spells will have to take a position as a waxwork if you're not careful.
I think there might be a more pressing concern. I still had some flash power left from 6 months ago, so...
She's very agitated, I see.
Alright, Gina, we understand. But please, put down the gun.
The grenade launcher. You more suspicious. Hi, you were very upset.
Sorry, I got scared. You should try being the one on the other end of the barrel. So, what brings you here, Gina?
What brings me here? What do you think? We found it. We found that dodgy cove's workshop.
What? You found Drebber's workshop?
Yep. Dobie's nose took me straight there. The boss and the others are heading over there now in a drag, so come on. Here's the address. I got the boss to write it out.
Oh, thank you, Gina. We'll make our way there at once.
Alright then, see you there. I think I have a pretty good idea where we're gonna end this episode today. Oh, he's depressed. You go. Don't mind me. I'll just stay here. Being still. What? Shlomes. Are you trying to make this a horror game? I know my place. An exhibit over here.
Oh dear. Someone is feeling sorry for himself.
Very much so. Let's go, Mr. Shlomes. You're coming. Your words hearten me, I must say. But if I were to shirk my duties here, Madame would have me pay monetary Madame would have me pay monetary recompense, and Iris's dinner plate would be empty once more.
Forget that. I'll pay for everything.
I'm gonna regret those words. But there's not a moment to lose, my dear fellow. I shall hail our carriage at once. Do you have the money for it?
Who offered to share the cost with Mr. Shlomes, then? I shall gladly pay half, Mr. Naruhodo.
Thank you, Mrs. Otto. Right, let's go. I would really wish this to have an anime. Can you imagine all the hair? I mean, it would be cut down for sure, because usually animations nowadays are only allowed so many episodes, so it's like they get told, you have 13 episodes to do all the things, and they're like, well, shoot. Plus some things don't really need to be put away. I mean, like the current Ace Attorney anime, which there is one, if you don't know. Yes, there is an Ace Attorney anime. It's with Phoenix. I quite like it because it's like you don't have to go piece by piece because that allows the player to figure things out. As an animation, you kind of just have they just have it so Phoenix looks around, talks to people, and then figures it out, and then has a reveal in court. It's kind of cool, to be honest, because you have Phoenix look around, figure everything out, because he's at the crime scene, and they like have him look around a bit more. It does go a little bit back and forth, but it's kind of cool to have Phoenix going, looking at the prosecutors and going, no, that's not what happened, I'm gonna show you. And he puts on a show. It made me laugh finding out, and then I'm like, well, you know, this universe is a Phoenix, right? Makes more sense why his daughter's a magician. It's really fun. You should watch it if you haven't. Somehow paying for Shlomes is going to come around to bite them. It really is. It's probably going to be a lot of money or something. No, this is definitely, now that I'm paying attention, this is like the back of the machine up on the stage, but like probably a prototype. There's a lot of wood on this. Is that wood or is that like sheets of metal? Eh. Okay. But we're in the right place.
It looks like... Ow! It's another super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine.
Indeed, it would appear so. Though only a prototype, naturally.
Ah, so you got here then.
Oh. I think this is either Ryunosuke's theme or this is Prelude to Pursuit, and I can't tell right now. I should listen to them so I can tell the difference.
Gina, well done for finding this place. In such little time. You've really worked miracles.
The puppy did. It's Toby here who's the miracle worker. Oh my gosh. Why is Gregson making that face? Does he not like dogs? Ah, I thought you lot would show up before long.
Hello, Inspector. That's one knitted brow. He looks like he's eating the lemon.
That's a bag of fish and chips. Did he put a bunch of lemon juice on his fish and chips?
So, Inspector, is there any sign of the engineer?
Sadly not. We didn't find a soul in here.
Oh, what a shame.
Well, okay.
Well, thank you for letting us know about this place and giving us a chance to investigate.
According to what Gina tells me, we only found it thanks to a clue that you lot turned up. I wouldn't want to say, go to Paris with debt of gravity. Oh, I get what you're saying now. Okay. I wouldn't want to say, go to Paris with a debt of gratitude, unpaid now, would I?
Thank you.
Anyway, if you're hoping to snoop around in here, I'd get cracking. Lord Van Zeeks and the forensic investigation team are on their way here as we speak.
Them again.
I imagine you got the picture by now. They don't take too kindly to lawyer types.
Right.
So then, my dear fellow, let's turn this place upside down whilst we have the chance. And you, Shlomes.
Pardon?
They take even less kindly to great detectives than they do lawyers. Very droll, Gregson, very droll. So hello. But you may consider me nothing more than an inconspicuous waxwork model. Shlomes. I'm doing the creepy no eyes thing again, stop it.
Right then, let's see what we can find in here.
Okay, Gregson's there. Oh, oh, that's not... Whoops. What is this?
This is...
Yeah, I already got a spam comment. I'm gonna have to figure out how to deal with that, but I can't right now.
This is... It's a European-style quiver of arrows. With still bolts inside. Oh, do you suppose?
Crossbow bolts, these. And just the right size for the bow you lot turned up at the exhibition grounds.
In other words...
Yup. That's more evidence to support your theory. It all goes to show that Drebber was the one pulling the strings behind the scenes of the whole scam. Crossbow update. Awesome. What else is there to look at? Oh, I'm blocking stuff, aren't I? Is there anything behind me? Nope. I don't think there's anything behind chat, but we'll see. Nope, we're good. Okay. There's a door here. Let's get the door.
This door doesn't want to open.
Yeah. Looks like they got a pretty hefty lock on it. There's a specialist locksmith on his way over from the yard, so hands off till he gets here. With permission, Inspector. I could have that lock open in less than a minute. Well, you don't have permission, and no one's giving it to you.
Gregson looked as though he really enjoyed that. Well, there's no sound of anybody on the other side. No, Drebber must have fled at the first sign of danger.
Yeah, they're... Huh. There's a ladder up here. Let's talk to Gregson.
I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo. The machine is covered by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act. There'd be serious repercussions if you were to examine it, from the Crown and the government.
Loves and Gina. I guess I clicked on the... Clicking on Gregson the same as clicking on the machine.
Well, those two don't seem to be holding back.
They don't care. Neither of them cares. It's quite hollow inside. No working parts or devices of deception to be seen, my dear fellow. No loose change dropped on the floor, nothing. Not even a bone for Toby here, my dear fella. They're having fun. I didn't know I needed a Gina Schlums, Herlock interactions like that. Oh, those two are a hoot. Okay. Big yawn.
British people are very much ruled by their own ideals, aren't they?
I think that's just these two, Miss Susato. I want to talk to Gregson. Oh yeah, he's just part of the background, I guess. Oh, that's sad. What's it here? Oh. I didn't. What? I thought that was. Ooh, excuse me. New thing. Ah. Yeah, skip. Oh no, it has a check mark. Check mark. Anything not check mark? We check the door again. Or something. Well, the door's still checked. What is here? Do we converse? No, we can't converse. Okay, what am I blocking? Oh, it's a medal. Okay, so I was blocking something. Oops. Not much I can do about that. Ah, this appears to be most interesting. Yes, most interesting indeed, wouldn't you say?
It's an impressive looking back massager, that's for sure. I've no doubt if you hit your shoulders a few times with that, your aches and pains would soon go away.
Okay, Ryunosuke. It's a Royal Society trophy for excellence in science. A young scientist could wish for no higher honor. Ah! Would you like a massage?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
I think you're very embarrassed. Thank you.
I had no idea it was such a grand thing. I think it's becoming increasingly clear that there's much more to this Mr. Enoch Drebber than conjury tricks.
I couldn't agree more, my dear madame. And how about you, Mr. Naruhodo? Wouldn't you like to take it with you? For your tired shoulders, of course. Susato's as amused as I am about this situation in particular.
He's not going to let that go, is he?
No.
It's curious, though, isn't it? You would expect such an important trophy to be proudly on display somewhere, not haphazardly cast aside. English gentlemen can be quite a mystery at times.
Very prestigious, the warlord. Oh! There's a thud.
Oh! Is something wrong, Miss Susato? Well, I thought I heard a noise from the far side of that door. Well, Gina, did you hear it too?
Yeah, I heard it and all. What you reckon, Toby? The dog agrees. Right, mind the grease. Oh my gosh. Who's ever in there, open up. This is Scotland Yard. Oh. Okay. That was a lot of sounds. There was thumps and then clackety-clacks of heels and then squeakies. Like something got open.
Oh my, someone is in there.
Arg! This rotten, bleeding lock! My dear Gregson, as I said only minutes ago. If only it were counterance, I could unlock that door in less than a minute. Do you allow it? Fine, I'll take the rap for it. Just get us through that blasted door. Oh my gosh. There! You may enter at will. You've confused minutes with seconds, I think. was of the essence, I feel. What are we waiting for? Did you unlock it earlier already? Nothing for it, I suppose. This is an emergency. There's a strong possibility that beyond that door is the engineer you all seek. Be prepared for action, my dear fellow. Yes. Gotta be prepared for something. It's a bomb. What? What's happened in here? Why is everything upside down? Rats! There ain't no one in here after all. But there must be. It was only moments ago that we heard those noises. Maybe that was the sound of Mr. Jebba running away. But there's only one door in this room. And no windows that could afford an escape route. Those skylights are too high. This place is wrecked indeed. What's up there? Are there footprints on the ceiling? Follow me. What do we have here then? Looks like someone was trying to burn something in a hurry. Oh, that looks like a set of blueprints. To what? To that Professor Hairbrain's briny machine, isn't it? Blimey! If we had these, there'd have been no need to muck about and trying to investigate all that scrap metal. There is something of great interest here, too. Maybe... This rope was lying on the floor at the foot of that pillar. A rope? What's significant about that? Never mind. You see, but you do not observe, Mr. Naruhodo. We must investigate the entire room thoroughly, and before the forensic investigation team arrives, too. Aww. Mr. Shlums, have you found something? Ah, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, quite in fact, something rather fascinating. What do you make of this? Let's see. I've never seen anything like it before. It looks like a bundle of thick cigars. Mr. Zotto, what's the matter? That's a... Surely that's a time bomb, isn't it? What? Did you say? A time bomb? I'm sorry, but what is a time bomb exactly? Eh? You truly are one of a kind, Mr. Naruhodo. I won't take that as a compliment. You don't often, do ya, Odo? You haven't got a clue to what it is either, have you, Gina? I invite you to consult the dictionary later, Mr. Naruhodo. This particular specimen is no time bomb. Though I confess it has a very similar appearance. Exploding cigars? Yeah, kind of. Oh, well, thank goodness. But then, what is it? Yeah, what is it, Shlomes? Oh, I hate this part. I see. So that's it. Goodness, Mr. Shlomes, have you seen to the heart of the matter? There are times when I consider my lot most unfair, for I am fated to never know how it feels to flounder as you do with a puzzle when a puzzle presents flounder as you do when a puzzle presents itself. I'm floundering on the words. But I have learned to accept the hardships that come with being a great detective, Mr. Zotto. Here we go. I feel a great deduction coming. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, this one's just all the secondhand embarrassment. I'm not gonna lie, I might just skip through this because it's so off the walls wrong. I can't. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I don't do well with secondhand embarrassment. As much as I do with jump scares and secondhand embarrassment. Bane of my existence. Once again, I draw two conclusions from the theme you see before us. The first is that the inverted nature of the furniture in this room is the work of Drebber himself.
Oh, but how could you?
And the second conclusion is that the small device on the floor there is, without question, completely genuine.
Please, Mr. Sholmes, you must explain everything.
It would be a pleasure. After all, it is a great detective's civic duty to teach Scotland Yard the finer points of the trade. I think I know why Gregson was making that face now.
Well, Inspector Gregson seems delighted with the idea anyway. Oh! You deflected the inspector's glare with such fortitude there, Mr. Sholmes. Well done!
You're too kind, my dear madame, and I hereby dedicate this great detection to you. Kindly stand just there, Miss Susato.
Oh, yes, I'd be delighted.
So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. I might scare. I really this one. I hate this one. Furniture. I mean, it's interesting. Oh, look at Susato. She's ready to go. Okay, the room's in disarray. I'm just going to go through this quickly as possible. The bed, the table, the chair. Everything's upside down. Everything was, it's like as if everything was on the ceiling before falling straight down on the floor. Oh, Susato's the one taking place of the, what is it? Like the person they're investigating. She's the one reacting. Maybe you're on the room is a ceiling. Indeed, that's the key there. Everything float up. It's gravity. Are you having fun, Sholmes? Okay, he's saying there's a gravity machine. This is why I get secondhand embarrassment. So it was on and then reversed. Just, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna go past this because, I mean, really, an anti-gravity device is just not really possible. And I can't, this is too embarrassing for me. Because I'm like, Sholmes, what are you on about? It's not even helpful. So, you're just gonna have to find somebody else doing that if you want to see it normally. Because I can't. I genuinely, no. I'm not doing it. My stream, my rules. Okay. I'm not sure about the second half, but that part is definitely embarrassing. So, like, close. I can't. Okay, missing engineer. Okay. Now, let us consider the next conundrum. What was our engineer friend's aim? Indubitably, the greatest clue we have to explain his actions is above our heads.
Yes, how's it possible that there are footprints all the way up there on the ceiling?
A question whose answer will lead us neatly to the truth, my dear madame. The reason there are footprints on the ceiling is because of the nearby skylight. Of course, Drebber's aim was simple, to escape. However, there is but one way to enter this room. Accepting the skylight, that is. Ah. The gravity machine. By inverting the gravity in here, Drebber was able to fall conveniently to the ceiling and make his escape via the otherwise inaccessible skylight, leaving those footprints behind on the way.
But the ceiling in here is very high, Mr. Sholmes. If gravity reverse was sudden, wouldn't Mr. Drebber have fallen up to the ceiling rather violently?
Falling up is both scientifically and philosophically a rather interesting concept, I feel. But the man was cornered with nowhere to run, so escape through the skylight was his only option. You may recall that I found this in the room earlier, which I believe offers a solution.
Oh, the rope.
To reach the intended destination, what better tool than this rope?
By anchoring one end to the wall, the man was able to lower himself safely to the ceiling.
Enough with this anti-gravity nonsense.
Explains how Drebber was able to escape this room before our arrival. He reversed the pull of gravity and fled via the skylight. And personally, I should very much like to reverse the pull of gravity again now, just for fun.
Don't. Seriously, Shalom, don't. Why are you like the Shloms?
Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this topsy-turvy puzzle.
I don't think you solved anything, Shlomes. Gregson certainly doesn't think so, by the look of it. Gina checked out a while ago. She's playing with the puppy. Susato's daydreaming. Susato, come on.
She's completely spellbound. Mr. Sholmes, there's just one thing that troubles me.
I would expect nothing less. You're destined to be troubled by just one thing for the rest of your life.
The thing is such a thing actually possible? An anti-gravity device, I mean.
Even nowadays, no.
I would say that with man's current scientific knowledge at the turn of the 20th century, there's no more possible than instantaneous kinesis.
You're gonna get a lecture there, Shalom.
But your whole deduction hinges on it.
Ah, but my dear fellow.
And you have eliminated the impossible. Whatever remains must be the truth. However improbable it may seem.
Ah.
It's a marvelous line, wouldn't you agree? One of my more enduring pearls of wisdom.
You don't say.
I had Iris come up with the exact phrasing. My original was clumsy. Yes, I have a feeling I've read it in something that Miss Susato let me once.
Objection!
Actually, there is one thing, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, the spell's broken at last.
Were you waiting?
The rope you found on the floor. Oh, the rope you found was on the floor, wasn't it?
Indeed it was.
And lonely coils near the wall. But if Mr. Drebber had used it to escape in the way you described, wouldn't it still be tied to the wall?
Mysteries inevitably unravel, and then, as I think you'll find, do ropes. As evidence of such, you need only look at the mystery we face in this room, now skillfully unraveled.
That argument is as circular as the coils of a rope.
Not impressed.
I think perhaps we might need to give Mr. Sholmes the usual little helping hand. I'm sure with some minor corrections, the great detective's great deduction will lead us to the truth.
Minor?
Yes.
I know.
Yes, I think you're right. And you must do it quickly, before Drebber gets too far away.
I need a drink after all this talking. Ah. Okay, water. Yay, water. What would a streamer's life be without water? Harder, that's for sure. If you're ready, then let us resume. Herlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular. I'm pretty sure that's a bomb on the floor, but they're just gonna do this. Course correction, hold it, Mr. Sloan. Fangirl point of view really is. Okay, we're just skipping. I know I didn't read this, but at the same time, I'm like, look, I can't. Okay. Let me move over, because they're gonna be talking. Yeah. Yeah, okay, he's still going on. It is kind of cool watching him walk through the furniture, though. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty cool scene. Okay, yeah, can we get to a point where we can actually interact with? Okay, yeah. Inverted furniture. Oop. Okay. The inverted furniture clearly reveals the truth about the part gravity played in this whole business. I don't think so.
I think gravity could have been reversed in this very room. I find the whole idea utterly enthralling. Only Mr. Schlims could conceive of such an explanation.
You don't say!
The man himself admitted it was a scientific impossibility. So, yes, you're quite right. We must completely discount the idea at once. Oh, that's unusually merciless of you, Mr. Zato. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. The great detective himself said so, didn't he? While refusing to part with his dreams of anti-gravity devices. Yes, I suppose so. Well, let us see if examining this topsy-turvy scene a little more closely reveals some proof that shows exactly what the gravity in this room was or wasn't doing.
Blah, 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 blah. That's a lot of... Oh. Why is the lamp upside down? Huh. Let's see. Inverted furniture, inverted furniture, inverted furniture. Hard save. What about?
Ah, look, Mr. Zato. When everything seems to be upside down in here, the safe is conspicuously right way up. Yes, that's true. Look more closely at the safe's feet. Ah, that's a lot of very large bolts fixed to the floor.
Our reality can prevent someone seen on the bottom. Yeah.
Think before you speak. That's what you wanted to say, isn't it? I really put my foot in my mouth there. I certainly didn't say that.
Look at the bed.
All the furniture in here is very conspicuously upside down. Certainly. Yes, it does seem immediately...
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does immediately put you in mind of some strange quirk of gravity, I admit. Ah! Could it be that a mini whirlwind passed through here, do you think?
I don't think so.
I'm not sure that's much more plausible than Mr. Shlom's explanation. Oh dear, saying the first thing that comes into your head isn't the way forward here, it seems.
Yeah, what are we looking for? Wait, that's not check. Wait, the wardrobe's upside. Huh. What do I need to look at? I don't know. Oh wait, no. I think inverted furniture is what it's saying. I need to find something that's not, right? Yeah, inverted furniture. What is not saying inverted furniture, then? Yeah. The safe is the only thing. Yeah, bookshelves? No, can't look. It's only the safe. Okay, I'll try the safe because I'm not finding anything else. At least I'll know it's not correct.
Take that!
Or it is. Nope, no, it's not. No, I'm just skipping through this. We don't need to see. Oh, maybe I should. This is taking a while. Maybe I should. Even skipping through, it takes a bit. Okay. Maybe I should save. Because I definitely... I didn't think that would work. But... Oh, I can't save actually right now. Inverted furniture. Yeah. You want this thing? I can't click on that. What do you want me to click on? Because that just makes him talk about the furniture. Do I have to click on a specific piece? No, they keep zooming in on bar stool. I don't need the bar stool. Can you... What breaks the laws? Is there nothing else? Yeah, what? Large save doesn't work. I'm not surprised it didn't. But Can't click on that. Oh, wait. Oh, there's a vase. I was blocking. There's an upright vase. Okay. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Oops.
The upright vase clearly reveals the truth about the part gravity played in this whole business.
Well, my word, Mr. Naruhodo. You've suppressed yourself by completely turning my argument on its head. Trying to impress your assistant here, perhaps?
No one is trying to steal your spotlight here, Mr. Shlomes. Trust me.
As you rightly say, though it appears at first glance that all the furniture in the room is upside down. This unassuming, slender vase is standing keenly to the attention. And unlike the large safe, there's nothing to fixing it to the floor.
And it's the exception that breaks the rule.
In short, much as it pains me, the gravity in this room was never inverted at all.
My deepest sympathies for your loss. Oh, poor Mr. Shlomes.
The show must go on, so let us continue with our deductions. Okay, now that we know this contrivance is not in fact an anti-gravity device, there remains but one other possibility.
You don't say.
Someone deliberately turned over every piece of furniture in here.
It might sound obvious, but that leaves one mystery very much unsolved. Namely, why would anyone choose to do that?
Quite! And naturally, there's an explanation. Yes, the reason why everything in here has been turned upside down is because it's anti-gravity device. That's not true, we know it.
He's absolutely determined that this device must have something to do with it, isn't he? I'm afraid the allure of an exciting scientific explanation is too strong. Well, there's no doubt that somebody did this. Somebody turned all this furniture over. So, whoever it was must have had a reason. I'm afraid nothing comes to mind at all, though. Well, let's look around and see if the answer presents itself.
A note to myself, move out of the way. Oh. Oh. Well, that was easy. That was easier than the last one.
Take that!
Thinking it's this. I don't think we need to check. Yeah, it's just, let's immediately press on.
Yes, the reason why everything in here has been turned upside down is because of the safe combination.
Precisely. I believe, Mr. Naruhodo, that you had a very similar experience once, did you not?
Yes, last year, when I bought a lottery ticket and noted the ticket number down on the inside cover of a book just in case.
That's it. People are forgetful souls at heart, and always make a written note of important information.
Just keeping the ticket itself safe would be more sensible, I think.
Rionosuke's not gonna comment. And what, pray, happened next, Mr. Naruhodo?
When the day of the draw came around, I'd forgotten which book I'd written the number in, and had to turn my room upside down to find it.
That's it. For people are forgetful souls at heart, and always forget where they've noted things down.
Not if you always note things in the same place. I actually won the second prize, you know.
What did you get? But I couldn't remember which magazine it slipped the ticket into. Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo. But I believe I've proven my point now. I couldn't keep a straight face. Which is that a very similar scenario has clearly unfolded in this room.
Finding himself requiring access to the safe, the occupant of this room needed the combination code. You remember that he's written it on the underside of a piece of furniture, but forgot which one.
Leading to the state in which we now find the room. I saw that smug face, Rionosuke. Yes, Mr. Drebber overturned all the furniture in here, in a desperate hurry, to locate the combination code that would unlock the safe. Oh dear. Okay. Is he gonna change in this one? Or not? Now, let us consider the next conundrum. What was our engineer friend's aim? Indubitably, the greatest clue we have to explain his actions is above our heads.
Yes, how is it possible that there are footprints all the way up there on the ceiling?
A question whose answer will lead us neatly to the truth, my dear madame. The reason there are footprints on the ceiling is because of the nearby skylight.
Well, if a change in direction of gravity can't explain it, then how did those footprints get there? Yes, I feel as though that particular mystery has just become even harder to solve. I can't think of any other way to explain it at all. Oh, life was so much simpler in those halcyon days where gravity could be reversed. It was minutes ago. Those halcyon days never existed in the first place. Well, I suppose we must simply put our faith in Mr. Sholmes and observe the area in more detail. Putting our faith in Mr. Sholmes is what gets us into these situations in the first place.
Is it the balloon? Oh. I think it's the balloon. I think I have to examine the balloon though.
This is a gas balloon, isn't it? It's tiny, but it does seem to be a real balloon. Yes, I think you're right. I think it's helium that's keeping it up. A green gas balloon. Why does that seem to ring a bell with me?
The one that exploded? That we have a scrap from? Maybe that?
As you can see, there are footprints on this balloon too. Look.
Ooh, the sassy man. Sassy man.
Oh, yes. Surely that's a clue, isn't it? Though it tells us... I'm not sure.
Yeah, is it only the balloon? Skylight? Oh, there's a shoe. Oh, maybe that's it. Oh, it's a shoe. Okay, so it's just a shoe?
Take that!
I think it's just a shoe. Yes, it's just a shoe. I didn't notice it right away.
The reason there are footprints on the ceiling is because of the nearby shoe.
And on closer inspection, there are clearly footprints all over the balloon as well. In other words, the aim was never the skylight at all, but the balloon.
But for what purpose?
A green balloon. That seems somewhat familiar data. Ah!
It was a piece of green balloons.
Wait.
It was a piece of a green balloon's envelope that Mr. Naruhodo and Iris found at the scene. And inside the green balloon that Master Gotts claims he saw above the stage when the incident occurred was the second bird cage, the crux of the whole instantaneous kinesis deception.
You mean to say? If we assume the balloon in here is a model of the one used on that day, there's a strong possibility that something may be concealed inside it. Something our absconder was desperate to retrieve before making a hasty getaway.
But the balloon's out of reach.
Hence why he resorted to a projectile, namely, the shoe. Ah! Most probably, Drebber intended to tear a hole in the envelope by assailing it with the shoe. However, his efforts were thwarted when the shoe itself became a prisoner of those lofty heights.
Oh dear. We desperately need to examine that balloon. If only there was some way we could see inside.
You may recall that I found this in the room earlier, which I believe offers a solution. The rope.
Oh, the rope.
To reach the intended destination, what better tool than this rope? Is there a ladder in this room?
The Sholmes has managed to bring the deduction back to the rope. Alright, I have to admit, that was clever. So we just throw the rope to the balloon and then pull it down to us on the ground. Which is much easier said than done, I feel. It could take us a very long time as well. True. Perhaps we need a more surefire method. In fact, we already have one, of course, don't we?
Oh, the crossbow? That's the only thing I can think of.
Take that!
Okay, that did actually work.
We reached the intended destination. What better tool than this crossbow? It was found at the scene, in fact. In all likelihood, belongs to Mr. Drebber.
The man had only brought it away with him that day. He could have avoided losing a shoe at such a critical time as this. Was that just a lead to that conclusion? So, shall we? Your curiosity is deeply stirred, no doubt, my dear fellows. What is it that Enoch Drebber has hidden inside that balloon? Oh, okay, they're just gonna flat out shoot it. Oh. It's a helmet? Head? It has a stick on it. What the? A waxwork? Oh, it's the waxwork head. It's just a metal helmet. Indeed it is. A waxwork head inside a metal mask. A mask that is shut tight and fastened with a strong, quite impenetrable lock. We can't see the face inside, that means. Just a moment. This is the head of a waxwork model. Does that mean... Oh goodness! I see you joined the dots, Miss Susato. Excellent.
Ah, of course. A headless waxwork model. The case of the abducted matter true spells model that you largely solved. It was only the head of the killer that was still missing.
Yep. Indeed it was. But I believe Matter True Spells will now have to settle her sizable account with me. This, as you have now surmised, is the head of the infamous professor.
Yes. But why is it here?
This conclusively confirms my suspicions. The man responsible for stealing the professor from Madame True Spells and returning it, Sans Tete, I guess? Earlier today was none other than Enoch Drebber.
This is incredible. Professor Harebrind's case and the waxwork abduction they're inextricably linked. They are Enoch Drebber's workshop.
My cat just took out a scratching voice in the background. I almost laughed out loud, but I contained myself. I get a giggle now, though. I just saw her run around and then just look at... I'm surprised they're so tiny, but she just bulldozed that over. Anyway, I thought I got the giggles out. We got the waxwork head of the professor. Yay! Nope, back to this. Well, it appears our logic pleasure cruise has come to an end, my dear fellows. All that remains is, yes, speak with the architect of this adventure. Oh wait, the architect? You mean Mr. Drebber? Hello. I'm gonna poke your head. Hi. Why are you nooning around? You're just going. Okay, goodbye. I don't know what that's about, but apparently I need to finish up this stream so I can play with my cat before she wrecks something more breakable. Okay then. As it seems quite impossible that he escaped via one of the skylights. Obviously, the man must still be here in the room. What? And his location should be abundantly clear. If you simply reflect on the journey we've made together during this deduction.
Enoch Drebber is right here, somewhere in this room?
In the safe. Why would he need the number otherwise? So, Mr. Naruhodo, will you do the honors?
Yes, of course. Mr. Drebber's hiding place must be in the...
safe.
Take that!
Because he needed the safe number.
Before we gain access to this back room, we heard noises from in here.
Which tells us that the engineer was still in the building at that point in time.
He was in fact searching for the combination to his safe.
and pressed for time, made no attempt to right the furniture that he overturned in the process. From which we can deduce that his search for the combination happened very recently indeed. In summary, Mr. Enoch Dreber is in the safe. Is at this very moment inside the safe. How? Big safe. This concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this topsy-turvy puzzle. He's in the safe. Why though? I know not. Deduction complete. Elementary. I like the little silhouette pose. Rianelske and Sholmes back to back. So, Mr. Naruhodo. I think perhaps it's time we ended this game of hide and seek, don't you? By opening the safe, you mean? What else? Also, yes, that was a dog barking, if you heard that.
Let's see. The combination was 432582. I knew that. Alright then, here goes.
Open up the safe. Oh my gosh. That looks rather uncomfortable. You found me. Yes, yes we did. Can you fix— Hi! Okay. Are we sure this— Okay, hi. Why are you like this? Hi! Can you not do that again? Jeez. Okay. That was, like a marionette. But okay. I don't know what to make of that. Alright then, sir. Mr. Deber, I presume. Correct. Ooh, your glove is cool.
You'd better start talking. You tricked Professor Hairbrain with that bogus machine you built. And you shall have to explain the theft of the the waxwork. For Madame Truspel's as well.
Okay. Are you okay? How does it do that? I can only presume that's like the GPU or something. I don't know why it does that. I need to go look at settings after this. Anyway.
Most I would be delighted to answer your many questions.
Maybe I should give you a robot voice.
Personally, I would advise that you deactivate my little parcel first.
Oh my gosh, dog, stop.
Deactivate? Your parcel? I refer, of course, to the time bomb I left in a most prominent position. Ah! Ha ha ha! I see. Stunned silence. You're all gearing up to die with me, then?
No! Sholmes, can you fix that?
Mr. Sholmes! With only 7 seconds to spare. I was too close for comfort. I've got 1 foot in the grave already.
Are you trying to get us Okay. Are you trying to get us a killer or get us killed?
Mr. Sloane's deductions can be completely life-altering, can't they? Can't they?
Well, my dear fellows, that was a close shave. No thanks to you! The resemblance to an anti-gravity device is really quite startling, I must say. I don't think that's how they look.
Anti-gravity devices don't exist. Phew. I wouldn't push it, Mr. Sholmes.
She's gonna flip you over. We're gonna end it there, though. Okay, whoop, nope, not that. This. Woo! Okay, then. Whoop. There you are. Mice back. Okay, well that was a successful stream in more ways than one. It looks like my stream setup's okay, though it is flickering. It flickered twice. I'm not quite sure about that, but I might have to adjust the settings. Yeah, the temperature's fine. And then it's saying both the CPU and GPU is fine, but the GPU does spike quite a bit up, and I think that's the problem. I'll have to probably make sure things in the background aren't running or something. I'm not really sure. I don't know. When do you turn this off? I mean... That seems to have helped. I'll have to poke at that a little more. I'm not entirely sure why it keeps doing that. It maybe have to... I might have to lower some of my... I don't know. I might have to lower some of my settings. I'll poke around at it, but it seems like... I think the GPU... It's like it gets a spike, and the GPU is having none of it. And I'm like, that's... Okay. I don't know why. That's an issue. But it is! But yeah, it looks like that was the only problem during the stream. Otherwise, it was fine. But we did get quite a... We got... Okay, yeah, it does... It's gonna take us till Friday. We'll probably finish Friday. I think it's left the trial. The trial is left. We have a little bit of talking to Deborah to do, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a to be continued pretty quickly after this, but I'm like, no, I gotta end it here. I gotta end it here. Gotta be realistic. But okay. Seems like it'll be successful, but we are in fact going to have a few hiccups because of my different stream setup. But should be easy to fix, so that's good. But we also... I'm pretty sure if I remember. I don't want to check. Fear for things glitching out again. But if we can get through the trial part on Friday, we'll be able to get to the end and get to all the like aftermath stuff for the Great Ace Attorney, this episode 8. So then we'll have episode 9 and 10 left to do, but we'll only be starting 9. I'm not jumping to 10. Yeah, we're getting an old serial murder case coming to light. We're getting possibly Kazuma's probably alive and amnesiac. We'll see. We'll see if the game is not pulling the rug, well, the metaphoric rug out from underneath us or not. We'll see. We'll see. This should be interesting. But yeah. So also got to 100 on this stream. Ah, jeez. 100 subscribers on YouTube. Shocking. I will probably do a post right after about it, at least acknowledging it. I can at least do that much, but I might do a little bit more than just like, you know, okay. I was thinking about, I didn't want to do this. Like I've mentioned, I've been doing my 3.0, but I haven't shown any of it. I didn't plan on to, except for really vague kind of silhouette kind of things. But I think since we did reach to 100, I think from what I know for sure, because I'm still not done. It still take me a while, to be honest. But because there's 100 of you little meesies, over 100 in fact, I think I'll give you some sneak peeks. Just full on little, not full, like, here's the whole picture for this, but I'll give you some sneak peeks for things, and I guess as, yay, we got to 100, here, have some sneak peeks for the 3.0, so you guys know what to expect, I guess. Because I also have been saying, if people have been keeping up with me on my socials, that it's a bit bigger of a change than my previous, well, going from my 1.0 to my 2.0, it's gonna be a little bit bigger of a change. So yeah, I kind of want, so I guess it'll help, but at this point, the ball's in motion. I'm not stopping. We're going to go with the 3.0 regardless of what everybody says. But yeah, I think that's a good enough reward for 100 subscribers. A little sneak peek I was not planning on doing. I think that's all I really can manage to do, because again, I'm really busy with the 3.0 stuff. I have to do it all on my own. Well, I am doing it all on my own. I guess I technically don't have to, but I'm doing this, and I'm not changing my mind on it. I'm gonna be stubborn as an ox. Anyway, thank you all so much for coming to the stream, whether you watch it live or in a VOD or on YouTube or Twitch, which that's a weird new thing for me to say now. I very much appreciate it. Let's see. Oh yeah. And, you know, leave likes, comments, subscribe, or follow. I think it's... Subscribe is paid on Twitch, so it's follow on Twitch. Subscribe on YouTube. Whatever the free option is. I don't... Do I even have the option for people to subscribe to me on Twitch? I don't know. I need to poke at it more. Like I was saying, I'm like, I didn't want to poke too much around on Twitch until I knew I actually could, you know, have a successful stream while dual casting, because I didn't want to stop streaming on YouTube. I mean, there's 100 of you eagerly awaiting me on YouTube for whenever I post things you're interested in, so I'm like, I'm not leaving it. But I also wanted to do more, so here we go. Today's been interesting. But in any case, I must bid you all farewell with my fond bye-bye! And I hope to see all of you some other time. Adios!